some meaningful or even meaningless words. To understand all of this is consciousness, but in a human aspect. Whatever we are as this, appearing as is this consciousness. Right now it's a body, a form, a living object, not a still object, a moving object with emotional sensory movingness. We are here to take the opportunity to experience ourselves as living. But even in our stillness, even when this body ceases to exist, in our ways of understanding this beginning and end existence, we become a still, non-moving, but living aspect of consciousness. You cannot say the wooden bed frame is not alive. It does not know it's alive, but it knows it's still. It doesn't have the same mind capacity as, or that's what we think, as the human mind. So this opportunity to experience yourself as a living object, meaning alive, pulsating, with a mind that appears to have created some sort of idea that there's time going on, but it's the movement that's going on. And within the movement, it picks up so many ideas and concepts. It's like a child walking along a forest path, collecting stuff for the school project. It picks up a twig. The twig becomes that moving object. It's like in your mobile phone. You download so many apps. They become part of your phone. And of course, the phone is part of you. So the child is picking up objects, but our mind picks up ideas and concepts about how, let's pick up time. Oh, now I have created time. Let's pick up anger. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have picked that one up. But all other minds remind you of the anger that you picked up, because they also have picked up the same objects. But this is not about what we keep repeating, that we are consciousness appearing as form, with an opportunity of discovering things. You'll never know what consciousness is. You'll never understand consciousness because you are it. It's like the eyes trying to see the eyes. In the mirror, we can see reflections of the eyes, but they're not the pure eyes in the mirror. The pure eyes are here. So we get revelations of consciousness, revelations of ourself, where we actually experience our true self as consciousness. But to spend a whole life in a body, trying and waiting for that experience to happen, and ignoring life as it is, well, that's okay if it works for you. Because on the death of this body, on the end of this body, on the ceasing for this body to exist, that's when you will experience yourself as pure consciousness. everything will be revealed. Some are fortunate, or maybe unfortunate, to have it revealed while the body still lives. But the opportunity to experience yourself, you, the form, the flesh, the meat, the bones that you think or that you believe that you are, is a wonderful opportunity. But when you create suffering, you create suffering. Because there are no guidelines, rules and regulations. That's what your mind says. The guidelines, the rules and regulations are thoughts, words, that you feel is being pushed upon you, but nothing is being pushed upon you. Nothing is being pushed upon you. Unless you break the law, which is the law of harming another human being. We, as humans, create guidelines to stop other beings being hurt. Therefore, the law of drinking alcohol and driving a car is very dangerous, that another human being may get hurt. But you don't have to force yourself into the car. But your mind will say you have to force yourself into the car, because if you don't, you won't get to your job. And if you don't get your job, you'll lose your house. And if you lose your house, you'll become homeless. And when you become homeless, you'll die. It's not so. You have choices, you see. But you have also the choice to be happy. You have all the choice. You also have the choices to think positively or negatively. All that's taking place is this movie from consciousness that is not created it from a beginning to an end. It's just an ongoing movie. It is no logic. It is no intention. In fact, the movie director, maybe Brahman, doesn't even know this world of yours exists. It knows you exist, because you are it. We all are it, collectively. But the world, the story, the narrative, the goods and bads, all this stuff, this Atman, Brahman figurehead that we are, equally as, knows nothing about this. That's why when you die, when your body dies, I don't like the word die, but when your body goes, all of this is finished, disconnected. You don't even remember being a body. You'll get a little flash of transcending into whatever it is that you're going to transcend into. But then, all over. And you're truly waking up. But there's no you to waken up, you see. Or whatever you is that wakens up is in the hands of yourself. It's in the hands of consciousness. It's in the hands of mind. The mind that represents consciousness, that tries to make something out of it. You're creating your own movie, but you're not even participating or acting in it, but you appear to be, as this body appears to be right now. What this message is about, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity just to be simple, be pure, and be present. Because a great monk once said, a Tibetan monk, all that's taking place is the thoughts that are arising from your pure nature. Not from him, her, everything, but in our oneness, of course. Same thought arising in every one. Not at the same time. But all that's arising is these thoughts from your pure nature. And all we have to do in this life is let these thoughts come, witness them, and let them disappear back into the pure nature that they arose from. But we attach them. We cling on to them. We want them because some of them seem I want this kind of thought. This thought comes, you can win the lottery. I'm going to buy a ticket. Then you're in. You are that thought. You're representing that thought. And we are here to represent these thoughts in this movie. But only the selected thoughts, only the true thoughts, only the pure thoughts. And there's only really one. I exist. I am here. I am happy. I am grateful. I am loving. I am kind. I am compassionate. I am being. I am consciousness. These are the only thoughts worth following. And you don't have to follow them. Because they're all within you. None of them will take you out of this body into some planet. You can spend your whole life as a scientist trying to investigate how this universe started, and you'll fail. You'll fail to find consciousness. You'll fail to find the core, the root of what is taking place. But when you discover what you truly are, your own root, your own core, you'll see that the universe is born from you. Everything is born from you. And that way you don't have to worry about third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, because you are all encompassing dimension. But your initial pure starting point is 0 dimension. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 world is an imagination. Appears to be a journey. Appears to be taking place. Everything's okay. Everything is as it is. When you see the droplet of dew and you go up close and you watch it slowly dry in the sun, slowly disappear. That's what you're doing with it from your viewpoint, looking at your body every day, slowly disappearing. And in the morning, there's another droplet of dew. And at night it disappears. An ongoing moment of moving bliss. When the mind starts to suffer, when the mind starts to follow all these thoughts, ways to get out of it, ways to get into it, ways of practice, ways of methods, you're just on a little journey, on a little path, and it's okay, as long as you don't suffer to that extent where I don't want to be here anymore, because that's not what you want. You want to be present here in this human life and appreciate the droplet of dew as a reflection of you. And every day you get to see a new droplet of dew in a different blade of grass at a different time of the day, with a different sun or no sun. When the sun doesn't appear, you seem to last longer. But it cannot appear without the sun being here, because the sun is creating that reflection. A reflection of you in every aspect, in every way. Everything in life is a reflection of you. So don't make the thoughts reflections of you. These horrible, nasty thoughts. Because you're not what you think you are. You are what you are.